Da-doop, boop, boop, ba-doo-doop. Ba-da-doop, ba-da-doo-doop. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Higurashi live now. Ba-da-boop, ba-da-ba-ba. Yeah, my laptop is on fire. It's a little hot, little steamy, if you will. All right, give it a few more minutes. Let people get in here, if they get in here. I might as well just put on the camera now. But let me scroll up just a wee bit. All right, welcome one and all. It is I am Kuosu, and I'm just here doing a little bit of reading for the Harvey and Higurashi When They Cry. Oop, hold on, forgot to get a little one of these. Started doing something off monitor. Sorry about that. Hudson. All right. There we go. All right, cool. We good. We Gucci. All right. So last where we left off, I believe we met there's a photographer and the lady. What's up, Hope? How are you doing this fine evening? It's, well, not even, it's like morning for you, I think. Or getting you morning, like it's just like the crack of acid dawn. You hope you're doing all right. I don't remember. Have you read this or seen this anime before? You're playing Osu and WoW. What's going on? Sleeping as well. Not sure how you're playing Osu and sleeping at the same time, but I commend you for being here, for even watching stream. That's like, what, 3 things you're doing at the same time? Very good multitasker. But you're just kind of recounting what we went through last time. So you met the photographer, you met the chick, forgot her name, and you were talking about the murders. Pretty much how there's like a curse surrounding the murders, following the dam project, or related to the dam project, and how like every year at the day of the festival, the Watsunagashi festival, there's a death, and tonight is the festival. So we'll see if, someone dies. I'm gonna get myself a little bit more situated. But I hope you get some mini PP gains. Hope. Guess we go right here. Look, chapter 6. All right, just to recount what we went through. All right, so these are all the whatchamacallits, the tips, the deep lore. Oh, and greetings to you as well, Beans. Hope you're doing fantastically. Sorry couldn't see you last stream. We were doing the replays. No, it was like mad early for you. But he's here now. Let's get some what's Higurashi in. A little behind on it, but curious to see where this goes. It's starting to get a little bit more interesting. Alright. Also had some voices. Question, have you played a game once? I have. What? Am I playing the game wrong? Let's talking about a different game. We're talking to Hope. Yeah, I'm not sure what you referring to. Do I just need to get good? Whatever. I'll leave you to ponder it. Oh, Discord thing. Oh shit! I legitimately forgot the meme. I legit posted the meme like what 2 hours ago. I completely forgot about it. Yes, I did play a game once. Sorry for ruining the immersion. I ruined the joke, but it's all right. We'll talk about it more in Discord. Speaking of which, how deep are we going into that thing? I think that's what, like 6 replies deep. I'm looking off screen now. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right, but enough stalling. Might as well get started. The sad thing is, I was doing late night homework that I procrastinated over Thanksgiving, and the stream started like 10 minutes after I went to bed. Damn, dude. Mad Sag. Yeah, sorry, can't please everybody. I got peeps the world over now. Got people in Portugal, Taiwan, the US. I didn't think I'd get to, this famous, So I'm going little Hollywood. It's a good time for you at least. All right, I'm glad. No, it's a rare exception for you. I don't really do streams in the morning. All right, but without further ado, might as well get started. I'm gonna try out some new voices. Hopefully they aren't cringe. It might be a little bit cringe, but I mean, just to help differentiate that as loud. Turn that down at least to my headphones. Good morning. Nice job yesterday, Ki-chan. You didn't do so badly yourself, Mion. Yesterday was fun. Oh, that's right, Kichi-kun. Thank you very much. For Mr. Bear. I'm glad you like it. Don't use it as a pincushion, though. Well, streams are usually when I'm awake, so I can't complain if the streams are when I'm sleeping now and then. Yeah, at least you got the advantageous long end of the stick. I wouldn't. Still chatting happily, we entered the classroom. But the moment I stepped into the room, a splashing sound and a nasty sensation. It was a bucket filled to the brim with water. And unfortunately, my foot stepped right into it. Oh, prankster foot, alright. Mine now. How diligent of you to mop the floor this morning. Clomp, clomp, clomp. Bleh. Ki-chi-san flicked my forehead. You should set a more brutal trap next time. Seeing that, Reina began to swoon as Mion looked on dejectedly. Tisk, tisk, tisk. Everything was the same as always. Everybody was there and nothing fell out of place. Alright, so don't have a dead body yet. The festival just happened yesterday. The uncertainties I had in the back of my mind since yesterday had vanished. What is it, Kichi-kun? Didn't get enough sleep, maybe? Maybe? I slept like a log, but if you want, I'll do reenactment during class. You shouldn't do that. Mion lured us that the teacher was coming, so everyone shuffled off to their seats. Good morning, everyone. So yesterday was the festival. Thank you all. Thank you to all the people who stayed until the very end to help clean up. Oh, sorry. We were all slackers, so none of us actually helped clean up. Just pretended, took the credit for it. Actually, I had a feeling that the only thing we did was run around the festival and cause a ruckus. Okay then, this time of year, you might see some people from out of town doing interviews about the festival for magazines. I thought it was the usual stuff, so I was going to tune it out. But then I noticed a different tone in her voice. I started paying attention. Oh, it's a check. All right. You may be asked questions. Please don't say anything silly or something that could be taken the wrong way. Ooh, to you, Igor, as well. Hope you're having a good day. Do you understand? In unison, everyone replied, yes, ma'am. What she'd said was really vague, but I understood what she was trying to say. After all, this was the 5th year. There were probably lots of third-rate reporters pouring in, hoping something regarding the curse had happened. It did nothing but perpetuate the village's bad image. She was saying, don't spout stupid shit you think is funny. I'd spout stupid shit I think is funny. Stupid shit is the funniest. And now, I was one of the ones who needed to keep their mouth shut. I found it rather cute how I felt a sense of unity from such a trite thing, if I do say so myself. Alright. Get to be a leader. The, was it the press manager? Whatever, I don't know. I was summoned to club activities after school. Since everybody was still pretty tired from yesterday, we just spent the day relaxing P. Yeah, that wasn't happening. Today, let's play a classic game of deduction. Oops, sorry, I forgot my voice. Today, let's play a classic game of deduction. How about this one? Ooh, a game from overseas. Looks interesting. What's the twist? The instructions are in English, but the rules don't seem that hard. I won't lose, you hear? I'm not too bad at this game. It seemed that Rana didn't handle this kind of game very well. The rules are, the person who can match the murderer, weapon, and the scene of the crime wins. Ooh, are we playing from real life? Got a body on side? Probably not. Nah, probably not. There are 3 kinds of cards comprised of suspects, weapons, and locations. Well, I'm gonna get back to see Indian guys make houses in the forest. Alright, you do that, Igor. Take care. Hope it's a wonderful sight to behold. I can see the names Mion and Rika were written on the suspect cards. Oh, our card's my name on it as well. There are plenty of different weapons too, like knives, axes, and poison. The locations are pretty nice too, like the living room, the study, and the courtyard. So basically, you take out one of each of the cards. These are the answer cards. So we shuffle the remaining cards and hand them out. Imagine playing Cluedo. I mean, this is basically Clue. Did Clue come out? I'm pretty sure Clue came out before this. They ask each other about the cards and figure out the right ones. Ah, I see. So the cards nobody has are the true perpetrators. Then you raise your hand if you know the answer. Game ends, and we check if the answer is correct. If you're right, then you get a point. If you're wrong, then you lose a point. Since the game ends even if no one gets it right, all the cards are gathered up and redistributed. You'll learn as you go. You really have to use your brain. Like you have one, baka. Don't get confused if you don't take notes. The rest you can figure out by playing. So Mion, what's the penalty this time? Everyone directed their attention to Mion. Let's see. We're all still a little tired from yesterday, so maybe we'll take it easy with a gopher penalty. Cluedo definitely came out before this game. Yes, I figured, because this game came out like 99. Probably based off of it, so. You'll be asked to rush out and buy stuff for everyone. So, just being asked to go buy stuff like drinks and candy, I guess. I feel like the penalty today is pretty simple. I wonder, is it really? Is Kichi-san thinking of what I'm thinking? Yep. You don't know what you'll have to go buy. I'm betting Mion would send out whoever loses to buy stuff like hemorrhoid cream or happy family manual planning manual or other crazy stuff. Tesla. The cards were lightly shuffled and passed out to each player. The real perpetrator, the correct weapon, and the scene of the murder has been taken out. So that means all the cards I have in my hand are innocent cards. Then, I'll go first since I'm the club president, I guess. Well then, Mion. Knife. Study. You pick one suspect, weapon, and murder scene and ask each person. If you have any of those cards, then you must say, I have one. However, you don't need to say which one you have. Alright. Yeah. I got it. Me too. I have one. Oh my. All of them are here. Lucky first guess. 3 people answered when she asked if they had Mion, Knife, and Study. So that means that Mion and Knife and Study are all in the clear. Gotta jot that down. Then I'll go. Reina, Axe, Lounge. Only 2 people said they had one. So it means out of Reina, Axe, and Lounge, one of them is correct and is part of the crime. Devious. No wait. Even if they say they have one, you don't have to say how many. It's possible that either Satsuko or Rika-chan has 2 of the cards. Well, Kichi-chan is next. Go ahead. Wait, just a little. Hold your horses. Hold your fucking horses. No, I'm still sorting things out. The game has me thinking more than I thought. Oh man. This feels like it's going to be tough. A lot of brain juice needs to be squirted. Alright, now I have the criminal. What? Already? Here I am spinning around in circles, and Mion just now raises her hand. The murderer is Rika-chan. In the infirmary with the poison. Well, this foreshadowing. Mion drew the cards from the box, and we checked to see if her deduction was right. You were right. All I needed was one more hand. I couldn't tell whether it was poison or pistol. I never use a pistol. I like killing slowly with poison. Riki-chan said such a hugely terrifying thing with such a sweet little face. Everyone was making a commotion about how they almost had it. Rina and I were left out in the cold though. How did you do, Kichi-kun? I couldn't get it at all. Don't worry. I had no idea either. How can you be both so unsure? You'll both end up in the last place together at this rate. Oh, that's even worse. Going off buying something together as a couple? What if we end up having to buy the Happy Family Planning Guide? Just say you're buying it for a friend. I can tell from Kichi's expression that he's not very good at this game. What? Me? That's not true. I'll show you the true power of Sherlock Mybara during the next round. My, that sounds just wonderful. I shall give you quite the thrashing. After that, I managed to somewhat grasp the trick behind the game, but I was still always a step or 2 behind. I saw that Mion was somehow gleaning information from how the others were asking their questions. That level of experience was just too much. The only way I could stage a comeback was if I became ruthless. I tossed out the simple concept of deduction and switched over to a thought process needed to win. The important thing isn't to find out the criminal, it's to win at the game. Eureka! Oh. Sorry, needed to go to the bathroom. Take your time and squeeze out a nice one, baby. Michan, that's gross. I had them hold off the game and head down to the hall. The air was crisp. It showed just how stagnant the air in the classroom was from our body heat. On the school grounds, some of our classmates were still playing around. After spending some time cooling my head, Rina had made her way over towards me. Kichi-kun, did you call for me? Yeah, I did. As I got up from my seat, I winked over at Reina. I'm glad it worked out. I don't want to waste much time, so I'll get right to the point. Reina, what's your record at this game we're playing today? She was taken aback. After a moment, she hesitantly opened her mouth. Well... Oh, losses. Why do you ask, I wonder? I could tell from how apprehensively she was playing. The way things are going, I will as well. I can't figure out a way to pull off a last-minute comeback on this one. So, I guess both of us will be taking a penalty. Hey, don't accept defeat already. How about we win this? Both of us. But, how can we? I brought my lips up to Reina's ear. Hey, little mama, let me whisper in your ear. Huh, is that allowed? Did you forget, Reina? The second rule of our society? Do everything in your power to obtain victory. Yeah, I'll try my best. Our plan of attack was quite a rudimentary one. At the beginning of the game, everyone would be focused on their own hand for a while, taking notes and whatnot. Since our seats were right next to each other, we'd reveal our hands to each other. Alright, sneaky, I like it. If we did it under the desk, then nobody would know. We'd begin the game with twice as much information as everyone else. Having this much info would mean we'd need to investigate less. Fucking five-head right here. With this sort of plan of attack, we'll start off with a big lead over the other guys. Or gals, I should say. Yeah, with this, we could probably win. Both smirked at each other. If I wasn't a shady businessman, then Reina was a corrupt senator. Pleasure doing business with you. Then let's hurry back. We'll work as a duo to surprise everyone. Hey now. There's no point if we go back together. It would be like flat out telling them we made a little arrangement. Oh, sorry. Then what should we do? Go back ahead of me, Reina. Ladies first. I'll take my time coming back after wash my face or something. Okay, got it. Reina turned around and headed back to the classroom. I guess I should wait a bit longer before going back. If I went too soon, it wouldn't seem like I went to the bathroom. If Mion or one of them suspected something, then there could be some problems. Well, they'd figure out sooner or later, because both Reina and I would start winning over and over again. Both Reina and I would have earned enough points to avoid being the losers by the time Mion realized what was happening. Excellent. Not bad at all. Marbury-kun, may I have a moment? Who would this be? Huh? It's the teacher. Man, things were just getting good. What is it? I'm a bit... You have a guest. Please, make your way to the entrance. A guest? Okay. It's not like I own a hotel. They have been waiting. Please hurry. It was rather unfortunate that I have someone waiting for me right before my big match, but I was more interested in the unexpected guests. I didn't want to waste my time, so I decided to take care of it quickly. My guess is probably the lady from the festival. The entryway was a heavy contrast from the hot sunlight and deep shadows. Oh, who the fuck are you? Waiting there, looking uncomfortably warm, was a middle-aged man, his tie sloppily loosened, and his jacket tucked underneath his arm. Are you Marbury's son? Kichi Marbury's son. There was no question that he wasn't a resident of Hinamizawa, and that this was without a doubt the first time he had met me. Ever since I met Tomitaki-san, I've been running into so many middle-aged men. I don't know what that says about me, or if I should open up an OnlyFans account, but that's just the way things have been going. That's right. Who might you be? I have the AC on in my car. Let's talk there. Yo, stranger danger, dude. It's a bit hot here, don't you think? The man, completely ignoring my question, pointed over to his car parked near the gate and began walking. You've got to be kidding me. I had no intention of going along with some geezer I didn't even know, and he was asking me to get in his car with him? You don't fucking have to, but alright. I'm not going to bite. Come on now. He opened the back door of his car and called me over. This is fucking creepy. I didn't like this old man, but I wanted to know what this was about. Even while knowing that conversation that start out like this have never led to anything good. Yeah, you know better, dude. We'll save still. The inside of his car was pretty cool. Cars with air conditioners were supposed to be a luxury. My dad didn't have one in his car, at least. Please, let me know if it's too cold for you, okay? I have a habit of cranking it all the way up. So, what business do you have with me? Out of spite, I decided to ignore his remark in the same way he did to me and started my own line of questioning. He pulled out a notepad from his pocket and took out a picture that was stuck between the pages. Your journal was done. On it was the face of a pretty goofy looking guy. If you know anything related to this individual, then please tell me. Who the heck is this? I doubt even his close friends would be able to recognize who he was from the expressionless picture that looked like it was taken at the DMV. There were scribbles on his shirt done in permanent marker. Starting with yours, my very son. Okay, alright. It's fucking photographer. Quite a few of your classmates signed as well. Shit, did you get fucking murked? Huh? This is Tomitaki-san? There was no hint of... Oof. Chills. Okay. There's no hint of his unusual, unreliable, and easygoing personality in this photo. It was an expressionless, half-asleep face. Then, do you know this woman? Even before seeing it, I had a good idea of who it was. Don't remember her name, but she's some lady who was with Tomitaki-san last night. I didn't know what her name was, but I didn't know she was a resident of Hinamizawa. When was the last time you saw these two? The night of the Watanagashi we spoke. They seemed pretty close, I guess. Did anything bother you about them? Anything is fine. Go ahead and say it. Being asked for every little detail is very troubling, honestly. I had a pretty good idea of who this guy was by now. Did something happen to them? There was no response to my inquiry. Thus, I replied to that silence in kind. I was pretty sure, no, certain, that this guy was a cop. Ooh, boy, okay. Then why? Why was he asking me about Tomitaki-san? Did something happen to him? More importantly, why me? Shouldn't there have been plenty of other people who knew more about him than I did? The whir of the air conditioner felt unbearably loud. After a long pause, he finally spoke again. You've moved here just recently. Isn't that right, my berry-san? Are you aware, I wonder, about the stories of Oyashiro-sama? My heart began to race. I'm pretty terrible at hiding things. It's probably showed on my face. Not at all. If you don't, then that's fine. Well, I have heard of it. Tomitaki-san told me, actually. How much do you know about it? The dismemberment killing, the accidental death, the death by illness followed by suicide, and the lady who was beaten to death. The incidents that always happen on the day of the Watanagashi, ending in suspicious deaths. I didn't think Tomitaki-san would have kept anything from me. I think that was everything. No, rather, I didn't want to think that there was anything more than that. Do you know of that? Well, curse, my berry son. Feel free to speak openly about it. Ooh, okay. I don't believe in it. My answer was instant. It wasn't so much that I didn't believe in it as I was on the verge of believing. I wanted to clear away my own doubts. That was the more prominent feeling. Really? Then that's great. Guess you really are one of those city raised boys. So, what if I don't believe? I have friends waiting, so could you get to the point? The man in this picture's dead. Alright, shit. Fucking took a. I mean, phew. I kind of, expected that, but sheesh. Alright. My mind went blank. Like, just to hear it said. Alright. Starting to get interesting now. Huh? What happened to Tomitaki-san? It would seem that he died last night. That was the night of the Watanagashi. Do you understand the implications behind that, Maibara-san? Implications? Not any yet. Not any for the cause of his death or the reasons behind it. The real problem was that he died on the day of the Watanagashi, meaning this year, the curse of the Oyashiro-sama had once again. The death of Jiro Tomitaki is still confidential. You can understand why that is, right? I didn't want to understand why. Please tell me. Please tell me. Tell me what happened. It was rather peculiar. This music, okay. It might be a little too graphic for someone born and raised in Hinamizawa. It was a roundabout way of saying it, but it caused me to doubt whether or not I wanted to hear the rest. I would only regret forcing myself to learn something I shouldn't. Or at least that's how I figured I would feel if I listened to the rest. One of our patrol cars discovered the body on the way back from security detail at the festival. It was late, about 5 till midnight. The location was, you know where the road into town becomes paved, right? Down past the slope, on the shoulder around there. There were a few street lights on that road. Its pitch black darkness was the only broken by the lights. Oh, should I keep reading that voice? Alright, whatever. Its pitch black darkness was the only broken by the lights of the passing cars and the moon. It was a stroke of luck that Tomitaki-san was spotted collapsed on the shoulder of the road. Tomitaki-san was face down, covered in blood. Blood and muck covered the asphalt. We thought it was a hit and run at first. When the officer checked to see if he was still alive, he quickly noticed something abnormal. His throat had been ripped open. Okay. From a knife or something? No. Nails. Nails? As in fingernails? With those he clawed through? From the coroner's report, it was revealed that it was with his own nails. What does that even mean? Basically, it means it wasn't a murder, it was suicide. Tomitaki-san thought there was a reason for tear open his own throat. As hard as he could with his own nails. Tore through the skin until he started to bleed. And even then, Tomitaki-san didn't stop. He continued clawing. With enough intensity that it could have peeled his nails, still clawing. Still clawing. Then, as his nails reached those vital arteries you should never damage, he continued clawing, blood splattered on the ground around him. As he bled, while gasping for breath, he collapsed, his body spasmed, and he died in agony. We thought drugs were to blame, but nothing of that nature was detected. It was a suicide. I've never heard of such a thing. This unnatural way of dying. If this wasn't a mysterious death, then what was? The way he died in these 5 years. His death most resembled that of a curse, as if to show both myself and Tomitaki-san, who proclaimed there is no such thing as a curse, that we were wrong. There were a few more suspicious details. From his body chemistry, perspiration, epilation, and so on, we concluded that he was in a state of hysteria right before his death. That was a given. It's hard to believe someone could be in this sound state of mind while clawing out their throat. Wounds on his hands matched a discarded piece of lumber found nearby. There are traces of where he stuck trees and guardrails within. Tomitaki-san's blood was found all over the place, meaning that while tearing at his own throat, he was swinging around a piece of lumber. Oh, okay. There were external injuries, which were not self-inflicted, discovered on Tomitaki-san. There is a high probability Tomitaki-san was assaulted. The external injuries suggest there may be multiple suspects. To summarize, Tomitaki-san was surrounded and attacked. While wandering the night roads in a state of panic after being cornered, he picked up a piece of lumber and tried fighting back. Somewhere in there, he began madly tearing at his own throat, clawing at it. Then he died. The presumed time of death was around 9:23 p.m., meaning it occurred right after you finished talking to Tomitaki-san at the festival. Everyone signed Tomitaki-san's shirt, then parted ways. Right after that. Oh yeah, he should have been with a woman. What about her? She's missing. She hasn't shown up to work, and she hasn't returned home either. There is a very high probability that she was involved in the said incident. For a while, I could only gaze off into space. I never would have thought that something unfortunate happening to somebody close to me could affect me this deeply. The time I had spent with Tomitaki-san was short. But we went to the same festival, spent time together, and took part in the same competition. He was one of us. We have been continuing the investigation on various fronts, but when it comes to Oyashiro-sama's curse, the villagers here aren't very cooperative. That I knew well. Would have been none the wiser if not for Tomitaki-san, the outsider, telling me. So that's why he came to me, because I'm not originally from Hinamizawa. I should have been angry that that was the reason he wanted to hear what happened from me. If things go the way they have been, then the conclusion would be that Jiro Tomitaki died from Oyashiro-sama's curse. He turned away from me and gazed far off into the distance. The night of the Watanagashi, during that sacred ritual, he callously snapped off photos, angering Oyashiro-sama. That's how it's going to turn out. There's no way Oyashiro-sama would inflict divine punishment on Tomitaki-san. Tomitaki-san had to have been killed by humans, and a cowardly group no less. There's no way I'm going to let this end up being the fault of some curse. I think so as well. There's no such thing as divine punishment or curses. The tense mood was cut with the man's hearty laugh. That's how it must be, Marbury-san. Cooperation from the individuals in Hinamizawa who don't believe in curse is indispensable. Understand? Capiche? Neither Tomitaki-san nor I believed in curses. But with the way things were going, it would just end up with Tomitaki-san's death marking the 5th year. Which would mean that Hinamizawa had rejected Tomitaki-san. That was something I couldn't allow. Tomitaki-san was one of us. He didn't live in Hinamizawa. He came every single year. In a sense, he was more of a resident than I was. There's no way that Tomitaki-san could have been cursed by Oyashiro-sama. But there's nothing I can do to help. I have no idea what happened that night either. No. If you see or hear something that draws your attention, then that is enough. If I see or hear, if he was talking in the future tense. Things or people or rumors. Anything is fine. I don't care if they're unfounded. Here, this is my number. If I'm not there, then just leave a message with whoever picks up. He handed me a piece of paper with his number on it, but I hesitated for a second. If I took it, then whether I wanted to or not, I'd be mired knee-deep in this matter. Please help me solve these questions surrounding Tomitaki-san's unfortunate death. That's right. Why was I hesitating? I needed to find the murderer who killed my friend. I snatched up the piece of paper as a satisfied grin spread across his face. Everything you spoke of today is a secret. Please keep this confidential. Understood. From your friends as well. It might be a bit tough. Especially from Sonosaki-san and Furudi-san. Please do not inform them. Who are they? Sonozaki mean Mion? Ooh, what the fuck? Okay. Why? Are you saying they have something to do with the incident? With my friend's names brought up so abruptly, and being told to keep it a secret from them, I became rather angry. This is what they call investigative privilege, I suppose. Don't play games with me. Mion's a close friend of mine. I snapped back at him, but he didn't seem to especially be offended. I wouldn't mind telling you, but it just may upset you. Say it. He hesitated a little. Turning his gaze to the outside of the car, he began to speak after thinking for a bit. There is a possibility that the string of incidents happening here in Hanamizawa are a result of a village conspiracy. There's no way that could be right. Give me a break. First of all, is there any proof of that? No evidence. Also, each of these cases were resolved, and none of the perpetrators had any direct connections to the village. Then how did you come to that conclusion? Every year, the enemies of the village die in the day of the Watanagashi. Don't you think that's enough reason to suspect something? Only the residents of Hanamizawa felt that the day of the Watanagashi was sacred. So basically, because incidents happened on the same day, on that day, it was semi-related to Hanamizawa. This kind of reminds me of Hot Fuzz, that movie with Simon Pegg. It just turns out everyone's a part of the cult in the village. First, it was the damn construction foreman. Then it was the villager that supported it. Those the village hold a grudge against die one after the other from mysterious causes. The means are different, but in the end the result is the same. Unfounded, unreasonable suspicion. But it couldn't just be shrugged off. So the victims after that. What about Shinto priests and his wife's death? They weren't enemies of the village. The villagers had expected leadership from the Shinto priest at the time of the dam dispute, but he wasn't proactive, so there was a faction of villagers who harbored ill will towards him as a result. Ill will? It's not like he did anything bad to the village. What about that housewife after that? Did she just die just because she was the wife of the brother of a supporter? That's such a trivial reason to kill someone. And what about Tomitaki-san? He's not affiliated with the damn project after all. Was he killed just because he was an outsider? In the beginning, it fell on those who related to the damn project, but as the years went on, the enemy threshold of the victims had become much lower. Well, that's the scary part. The bar keeps getting lower. What's scary about that? It means it's not just enemies of the village anymore. Just being an outsider is reason enough. Then next year's victim, you're just going to be picked out of the villager outsider pool. It might be a person that just moved here. Ooh. What do you mean by... You know exactly what the fuck he means. I swallow my words. Here in Hanamizawa, the ones who would be considered the most outside would be my family. I was proof enough of that, wasn't I? I still couldn't really remember the names of the people I passed by. Then the next victims, my family. Was he saying it was going to be me? But what does that have to do with Mion? I can't go into details, but the Sonozaki family led the damn protests. Quite fervently so. This is also true of Mion Sonozaki-san herself. She has quite a few misdemeanor and obstruction of public worker offenses on her record because of the protests. I knew Mion knew what it meant to fight. This was the first I had heard of her family leading the protest, though. Then, well, what did it all mean? Are you saying that Mion's family is involved with this string of incidents? I wouldn't go that far. I'm just saying that if it was a conspiracy, then they'd have the highest probability of being behind it. Not a very clear explanation. It felt like he'd magnificently avoid the details I really wanted to know. We don't know who or how involved anyone is right now. That is exactly why I don't want you to say anything to the villagers. Instead of answering, I gave a very bitter expression. It seemed that he understood it well enough. Then think of it like this. I don't want to worry the villagers who blindly believe it's the curse. How about that? What do you mean, how about that? How should I know? But the reasoning behind wanting me to not carelessly open my mouth about it wasn't too hard to comprehend. The perpetrator was here. It had nothing to do with the curse. He was definitely going to be caught by the police and made to pay for his crimes. And none of the villagers should have anything to do with that process. It may cause those sensitive about the curse to just worry needlessly. Just like everyone else kept it from me so I wouldn't worry about it. Is it now my turn to keep it from them so they don't have to worry? I was just talking to myself. Unlike me, everyone had been worrying over these mysterious incidents yearly. And the incident this time probably means a lot more to them. I didn't want to burden them anymore. In the end, everything went as the men had wanted, as insipid as it was. But it couldn't be helped. I understand. I'll keep it to myself. Is that fine, Mr. Oishi from the Okinomiya police station? You can call me Kura-chan if you want. No, Oishi-san's fine. The way he said it was unpleasant, and it retained a hint of politeness. He was a spitting image of a vulgar police officer. Though I've never seen one this bulky before in the cop shows I've watched. I've taken up too much time. Your friends are waiting, aren't they? I should probably let you get back to them. Sheesh. Damn, did not expect that. Alright, so Tomitaki-san's dead. GG, RIP, F's in chat. Alright, things are starting to get spicy now. Alright. I'm picking up what this story's putting down now. The door opened with a click, and in streamed the oppressive heat. It was blistering outside of the car. Was it really this hot of a day? It was an almost cruel heat, as opposed to the mechanical coolness inside the car. It was as if the land of Hinamizawa itself suddenly hated me. I felt a little sad as the thought crossed my mind. I didn't mean to suspect your friends. Please don't misunderstand that. But I probably was down. I refrained from telling him that it was too late to say something that self-serving. It's fine if you don't see or hear anything, my Bari-san. There's enough proof that the village is not involved. There's enough proof. Okay, yeah. Then why do you bring it? Whatever. Well, I'm not going to question it. I'll contact you if I see or hear anything. But I'm no detective. Please don't expect too much from me. I won't. You don't have to become a detective. Just go on living as you have up till now. Just let me know if you notice anything. I hastily made my way back to the school building after giving him a quick bow. See you later. Farewell, Marbury-kun. I returned to the school building without looking back. Yeah, so I got a game to win. I don't know how much time it passed. Probably going for like a whole fucking half hour, too. Took a minute. I did feel bad for keeping them waiting, but right now, there was a lot on my mind. Tomitaki-san's death was hard enough as it was, but to think that there was the possibility of a village conspiracy? Worse still, there was also a chance that Mion was involved? Nonsense. Impossible. Not Mion, Rihanna, Satya, or Rika-chan. It was a group that attacked Tomitaki-san? Who could be the perpetrator? Who could the perpetrators be? Could it be they were hiding here, somewhere in Hinamizawa? I didn't know. All I could say for certain was that I knew that Mion couldn't be the perpetrator. It's Michan, the perpetrator. Huh? I was started to hear Reina's voice. Alright, gotta pretend like we're having fun now. With the rope in the lounge. Nope. No. Rena clutched her head while flailing about. Looks like you're just self-destructing over here. Wow. Kichi-san, you're quite late. As you may well know, I'm seething with anger. Grump. Sorry about that. I was called into the staff room, you see. You're reprimanded for bad behavior? That's a shame. Well, it's been pretty heated over here. Since it's getting pretty late, let's make the next game the last one. If I remember right, I had 0 points. Isn't it pretty much decided that I'm going to be finishing in last place? Don't worry, Kichi-kun. I'm at -1 points. How the fuck do you get a -1 points? The heck? The score is lower than mine and I wasn't even playing. This is the final match to decide if the penalty is going to be carried about by Reina alone or by both Ki-chan and Reina. Yeah, right. Just let Reina do the penalty by herself. But we made a promise, Kichi-kun, that we would both win. I waited all this time, you know. You know? Ugh, I'm sorry. I followed my initial plan of showing Reina my cards, but I didn't say who was a criminal and just waited for her to call. I got it. The murderer is me. With the poison at the entrance. Is it? Is it? My, Reina. What a quick answer. Another stab in the dark. Oh. Reina's correct. Oh, ho, ho, ho. And then it's decided that Kichi-san shall take part in the penalty as well. Hooray! Kichi-kun, let's both do our best. Yes, your best. It's my fault, so I have no choice. Then that's the game. It's me, Mion Sonizaki, ranked first. And dead last are Kichi Maibara and Reina Ryugu. Everyone applauded, and the game ended. The problem now was the penalty. Now then, I ranked first, so I'll decide what to be buying for the gopher penalty. What will she make us buy? I wonder. Let's blacklist this drugstore. That was your aim, wasn't it? Huh? I don't have any business at the drugstore. This old man's already got a list prepared for you on this piece of paper. Right here. Whoa, there's a lot written on here. A lot. Damn it, what was she making us buy? 2 blocks of tofu, shampoo and conditioner. Are we really buying her fucking groceries right now? Apple vinegar and fried tofu. The heck is this? It looks more like a shopping list than a penalty. I was certain she was going to win today. Rule 7 of our society. You cannot refuse any penalty. Here's some money. The shampoo I usually get is Fruit Babel. Thanks. This is just your grocery list?